Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Evelyn, and this is the episode that I share that I just talk about whatever I want to talk about during the course of the week. And this week, I want to talk about um, you being right where you are. And I want to do that in the context of sharing a short lived experience story from this summer. I kind of touched on this in the other video, but you know how sometimes you can feel like you've done everything that you can do, but like things still aren't moving. You done everything you need to do. You feel like, anyways, with your kids, with your spouse, with your partner at work, and just you've been trying to move the dial and the needle, but just nothing is moving. It's almost like it's a freaking wall that's blocking you from getting to the other side. And over the summer, and really for the majority of 2024, I have felt very much like that. Like I'm working, I'm pushing, I'm pressing forward, getting knocked down, but I'm dusting myself off and getting back up. And I found myself feeling that way, like with my job. I was trying to look for a new job and, be interviewing. You get to the final interview, but, you just wasn't quite the fit we were looking for, or you didn't quite make it, so I was frustrated with that. I was frustrated with our young adult children, not all of them, but no, but all of them. So we got a whole team, which we do. We have four, 29, 26, 24, 23. And, when they get to be like these ages, you try to impart wisdom and try to help them see pitfalls and, you know, they still be doing what they want to do because they their own individual selves. But the backlash and the consequences of what they do, is affecting what you do and y'all do. And so that was getting on my last nerve. And then to top it all off, our jobs where I work, we were 100% remote for the majority of this year. Like since January, like 100% remote, which is cool because I got a nice home office and stuff like that. But I'm the type of person where I rely heavily on isolation and time by myself. That's where I get fueled so that I can show up and be my best self. Well, why come when I was at home, every time I looked up, it was somebody coming by the house. It was drop-bys, meaning the young adults who live outside of the house was dropping by. Hey, mom and dad, what's going on? I'm just on my break, just stopping by. Oh, hey, mom and dad, I'm stopped by. I just need to use the bathroom real quick. I mean, literally, that's happened several times actually. And then other times, it was planned, of course. But the point in that is that I never really had the chance to like fully take a step back. And yes, that includes my family and have time to myself so that I can show up in a better way. And then, you mix that up with, emotions because people in perimenopause, you mix that up with the things that happen to both men and women as they age. Remind I'm 46 and Marlon is 48. So, things changing and stuff like that, and things don't be working when you want them to work and stuff like that. And, so that was frustrating. And it just all came to a head so much so that I remember like one day earlier, it might have been late summer. I was so hot. I was already hot. Like I woke up on mad, you know what I'm saying? Woke up on level 10 mad. And I was ironing a shirt or something. And Marlon said something to me, and I would clap my, I was like, pop, 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 pop. I'm trying to get ready for the. I did one of them, which is very, very, very not typical. In my head, I be wanting to do that, but I never actually do it. But this time I did, which I'm ashamed to admit, I didn't show up as my best self. But it's what it is, and it happened. And it was just, oh my God, so many things. And I was just like, oh, I just got exhausted. I just got tired. I was working out, but I wasn't eating right. I was throwing back them cocktails, wine, champagne, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? And just feeling like I wasn't, moving and pressing forward to where I wanted to be. And it came to a head, and I was just like, I just had to get tired of myself. You know what I'm saying? And I was reminded, logically in my head that that's what happens, when you're in a growth phase or a growth season, that the tension be so high you feel like you're about to break. You know what I'm saying? But it's usually in that breaking moment. It's a very short window, right? Breaking to this side or breaking to that side makes no difference. It's a very short window. And I realized that what was going on, but I also had to realize and surrender, because I am a believer that, you know what, I can't do this. I cannot do this by myself. I'm struggling, and I'm tired. And I literally was just like, God, I can't do this. I need your help. And it seemed like right in that moment, I lied to you not, it seemed like right in that moment is when things started to shift. All the things that I was looking for in another job, I actually already have readily available to me at my existing job. But I didn't have eyes to see because I was so narrowly focused on what I wanted. And I had, in my mind anyway, a plan on how to get there without having the open mindedness at the time to see that there was a whole nother path over here. Had I allowed my mind to be expanded, had I allowed myself to do that, I probably would have been able to see. But see, sometimes we get in our own way from things, the things that we desire, the peace of mind and all that. Sometimes we get in our own way. And it's at the point in which that we surrender that these other avenues seemingly magically appear. But really, it's just you shifting so that you can be able to see that it was there all along. And so my little rant this week is really just to encourage you that, you might be a person like that's in that vein where you like, man, I've done everything, you know what I'm saying? Things just keep mounting on me. You know, I would just really encourage you to just sometimes when you've done all that you can do, you don't have the answer, you can surrender and just be like, God, or my grandmothers used to say, turn it over to the master, because sometimes that really is truly what you need to do. Now, sometimes it is you. Sometimes it's, you know, your actions that's causing things to be what they are. But a lot of times when you are really trying everything that you can and you get to a block and you know that you keep getting met with resistance every time, like it's like banging your head on the wall every time, then that's your cue that you are in a growth season. And you have to let, as cliche as it is, nature take its course, um, or let God have his way, is how I would say it, and some of the older folks would say it. And so that's my encouraging word this week. And then I think the other thing that came to my mind too is sometimes we can feel when we're going through those seasons, we can feel very isolated and, very lonely and by yourself. And I would just say, even if you don't have in like your real physical life, there is a community that you can build organically, I would say, and with the help of AI, of course, in, the social media sphere. You can find lots of like-minded people, who are on the same journey as you, who might have some insights, some tips, suggestions, and stuff like that. So don't limit yourself to just, the traditional way of, I don't have friends, I don't have this. There are other avenues to get you to that point, thanks to the advent and invent of the internet and social media. Anyway, that's my rant for this week. You are right where you need to be. I'm just here to send an encouraging, positive word to you. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to get ready to shift gears and record probably my longest video that you'll ever see on this channel, about this GLP-1 journey so far. But wishing you a great weekend. And I'll see you again next week for the next weekly rant. And until then, remember, the future you is waiting on you. See you next week.